Okay, final video, number 7 of 7 on how to complete your action grant application form. And this video is primarily going to do with the budget, which is the last section of the form, and just a couple of other little points that are also in this section. So just first of all, before we talk about the sort of content about what you might be spending your money on and how to complete that, please do complete the project start and end dates. Um, we want to see that the money is spent within 12 months, and we want to be confident that you have an idea about how your project's going to operate within the time scale. If you're applying for a medium or large grant, you will have answered the question above about a timescale for your project. So these dates should tally with that. If you're only applying for a small grant, you won't have necessarily put these dates in before. So please do put them in here. Okay, so I've just added some examples here of how we might want you to put some details on this. And it would be great if you could go to this level of detail. Um, just to reiterate a point I made earlier on an earlier video about value for money, we will be looking for value for money. Um, we do try to judge whether the amount that you're asking for is realistic, and we would love to see some evidence that you have researched this and are not just making up numbers. Um, so I've just envisaged a program here where a new football club might be junior football club perhaps is being set up, and they want some basic equipment to start up that club. So the mobile goalposts that they will need, there's a reference here to where the website where they've got this price quoted. Um, Facebook advertising, or any sort of advertising or promotion for a new project, uh, you can put in here. And again, a quote not just of footballs, but actually a reference to specific products. And I'm not endorsing any of this website or these particular products at all. I've just really randomly whipped them off the website. So the cost, what I've done here as well is said, oh, there's an element that's already funded. This will probably be more true for medium and large grants, but you can add to a general sense of value for money by the project by showing that you have got elements of the project that are already funded or are coming from elsewhere, or even if they're being done voluntary, it might be in-kind funding. So I don't really mind as long as it's clear how you total this up, whether I'll put here the total cost for the whole project. So I'd put this 792 in this section, the total cost of the project, but these elements only add up to 342. So it might actually make more sense to um, to write the 342 in this box of the project, because this is actually the total that's being applied for. But some way of distinguishing between the money you're actually applying for and the total cost of the project would be useful. Okay, and the final bits here, we do require that you tick to confirm that you're not currently seeking funding for this project from these other sources. That doesn't mean that your organisation can't get some other money from Derbyshire County Council, but for this project, we want the action grant not to be complemented by funding from any of these sources. And it's also absolutely vital that if your work involves work with children or vulnerable people at all, that you confirm that you have got a safeguarding policy and you have done the relevant DBS checks. And that's it. That if you've completed this, you've done your action grants application form. Well done.